Wow, what a delay.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. How is everyone's Monday? I hope it's going well.
I hope you're not as cranky as I am.
We were talking about how Claudia's a little cranky today. That's okay.
I am just having a Monday.
Okay. Sometimes you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah. I was awakened at 5 a.m. with thunderstorms rolling through here, like house shaking thunder. Ooh. And I'm like, what is happening?
Ooh, I like that.
I'm a little cranky. And then my cat's being bad today. He's being very naughty.
Well, he'll be up on the table before the end of the show. We know this. His little cat butt and his little cat tail will be up there. So, yeah.
He was up here earlier while I was getting it all out. I was walking amongst the guys. I'm like, get off, get off. Hi, Harry.
We appreciate that, Harry. Thank you. Did you see his class score on Instagram?
No.
Ooh, it was pretty.
Maybe I did see it. My whole feed was so full of all of the fantastic things that people got. Well, they were in my state this weekend.
All I keep seeing are all these ads when I'm on my phone, and I'm not used to it because I'm on my computer. I don't get as many, so I'm like ad. Yeah.
Do you know you can silence the ads for like 30 days?
Oh,
Next time you see an ad on Instagram, if you go over to the little thing, the three dots, click on that, you can, sometimes it will let you silence suggested things for 30 days or something.
Oh, such a pain in the butt. But he got some gorgeous pieces. He has this one picture that is just, it's yummy. I bet you it tastes like cotton candy because that's the color of it. It's so bad that I equate glass to flavors. Just love it. So if you guys are out there, you can see I do have the 5-minute rule turned back on. It's not for anything super, super bad. It just means that I've actually paid attention and clicked all the buttons and put all the description stuff that I'm supposed to do, that I got all really organized. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and make sure you give us a thumbs up. All of the information is linked below. Claudia's channel or Instagram, everything. You have been, Harry. You seriously have been. I've been kind of drooling over the pieces he's been finding. So I appreciate that. The rules are also in the description box. And Claudia and I have pretty much the same rules. Pay on time. That's pretty much the big rule. Pay for us, please. Make sure we have your info and updated. And I appreciate a lot of you have done that. Have sent me updated info. Yeah. Just to say, I'm not sure
that you've moved. That is wonderful. We appreciate that.
Yeah. And just making sure that, the information stays current. So that's really good too. Just in case you don't have it, here's my stuff again. I appreciate that. Especially since somebody has got similar names. Because we're lucky enough, we go to type it in and it pops up right away, so we don't have to worry about it. Like you get like a letter and then you realize, crap, I've got like a bunch of people who start with G-E-N.
I have 3 Karens.
Yep. Spelled slightly differently. Yes.
2 are Ian, 1 is I-N, but I've always got to go and look.
Yes. And then to try to remember whose name matches up with whose handle. That's always fun too. Like, no, it's that one. Which irritates John because he's usually the one who slaps the stickers and takes it to the post office for me. He's like, which one is this? Who is this? Like, it's that one. Oh, okay. Because he doesn't have to remember. I have to remember. The fun joy of that. Hey, Carrie Ann, thanks for stopping by. Hello. So we'll just wait a little bit longer for people to come in. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I got sunburned. First time I've got sunburned this summer. I got sunburned.
Wow.
I know. And I burn easy. We go to Stormville and I never get sunburned. I got sunburned this time. Back of my neck got sunburned, so it's a little sore. But you didn't do the Springfield, Ohio.
Oh,
It's
no.
far away from you, right?
Yeah, it's quite a trek, and financially and health wise, I could not do it this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. A little bit jealous because the Thrifty Hippie and Antique Agenda were there, and I could have gotten to meet up with them. But it's okay. It's okay. Maybe next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, maybe next year. I always got a plan for the next year. She picked up, I saw on Instagram, she had this really great shirt that said Dirty Hippie, or it was a long dress, and I really kind of hope she bought it.
I hope
Because
she did
I think
too. I saw that.
I thought it was great. Because that's a thing up here, because I live so close to Woodstock. Dirty Hippie is all over the place. It's like written on. I even think there's a beer up here the Catskill Brewery might make that's called the Dirty Hippie. I just can't remember, but that's a big thing up here, and I just lost it. Thinking that was great. She got a Dirty Hippie shirt. So
But I
if you're
did feel well
listening,
enough to go out and do some sourcing on Saturday. So I haven't done that in a while.
yeah, it's all winding down here though now. All the outside stuff, there's only a few more. It's getting to the end of the fall here where
We're still in the 80s here. It's
I'm
mid-September. We're still in the 80s. Now we are supposed to finally drop at the end of the week down into the 60s and do 60s, 70s, but yeah, we're still in the 80s here. That's crazy.
Oh, Becky, that's great.
Becky.
And hello. It's awesome when you find a piece. My favorite thing is finding something that I just think is awesome and then getting it home and figuring out what it is. And then when you figure out what it is, you're like, oh, that's what it is. That's my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The hunt is great, but it's also the, oh my God, the score after that. And you don't always know right away because sometimes you'll get a weird piece and you don't know till you get home. That's my favorite part. Yes. I hope everybody did have some fun out there and about. Like, I'm in the 70s here, and hey, Maggie, it got really, really cold last week. We were down in the 30s overnight. So I was coming down the
No.
rig going, am I seriously going to have to turn on my heat in September?
Wow. We
Yeah.
haven't got, now we're supposed to get down to the 40s at night at the end of the week. That'll be the coldest we've gotten in spring. But my parents are still pulling green beans and tomatoes and stuff out of the garden. And Dad's right now upstairs cooking down tomato sauce to can. So it is still
Nice.
full on canning season for us.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I have too many snakes. I've avoided my garden and decided just to let the pollinators take over this year because of the snakes. Yes.
The snakes own the outside now. We
The
aren't going
snakes,
there anymore.
the snakes do. Oh, ever since they've ventured into my house and on my deck, that's it. Oh, see, yep,
Oh, it's too
that's
funny.
that's exactly
Hi,
what I got
Kathy.
going on, Kathy. Waiting on the rain and 74. Yep.
Yeah,
Which
we are
isn't bad.
100% humidity right now.
Oh, ew, yucky.
I don't like that.
Ew, yucky. Hey,
Hi,
Barbie.
Barbie.
We had so much fun with Barbie last week on the Thursday afternoon sale. It was so much fun. Oh, that was great. Hello, hello, hello. My YouTube is, I know they won't hurt me, Kathy. I just hate snakes. I know they won't hurt me, but they're vicious little things. They're all like hissy and I, I have this horrible fear of getting bit by a snake. And then if it stays on, like, and then if it stays on you, like, do I have to rip it off or will it let go? Is it going to be like Anaconda and eat me? I'm just horrible. They really freak me out.
In
I don't know
general,
why.
they are far more scared of you than you are of them.
You think they are, but they'll come after you up here. It's like they've got an agenda to eat humans. I swear. Oh, there was one quite a few years ago that when my kids were small that got stuck that was underneath the swing. So my poor son, my youngest, he's swinging. He's only about 3 at the time, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs because every time he comes down, the snake tries to get him, tries to like lunges at him, and every time he goes up, he's okay. And
no.
John went to the rescue that day, and all the kids in the playground just start screaming, and now everyone's running over there, and that thing tried to eat him. Tried to eat my 3-year-olds. Oh,
Well,
I
no
know.
wonder you've got a bit of a snake phobia.
Yeah, he doesn't though. That's the whole thing. He doesn't mind snakes. He doesn't like spiders. That was my fault. So spiders, snakes, all those awful things. Hello, Cass.
Hi, Kaz.
It was hungry Barbie, and he was a succulent little, Hansel and Gretel looking boy. Just wanted to eat him. 'Cause he was
Some
a
good
cute
meat on
little-
those bones.
Oh, yeah, as a baby, yes. Now he's a little stick. But all right. I guess we've chatted enough. We'll get going. So in case you didn't know, today we're doing I gotta make sure I click the right thing. We're doing Duncan Miller glass. I know everyone used to play with nope. I love nature, but it just needs to stay where it is. Just stay where it is. We're doing Duncan Miller glass. Not many people have heard about it. It was I don't want to say it was short-lived because that's totally not true. Started I have the little slide, in the 1800s and ended in 1955. There we go, 1893 to 1955. And it was in Washington, Pennsylvania. My favorite is those candle holders. Oh my Lord. I want them.
Ooh, those are gorgeous.
I want them. And then this nut dish. This is a flower nut dish. I thought that was really, it's a flower-shaped nut dish. So I thought that one was really cool. So Duncan Miller is not one of the mid-century glass companies that a lot of people know about because they were bought out in the 50s. So they do have some really pretty stuff, though. And they started old. There we go. Here's a couple other pieces that are theirs. That rocket dish is awesome. That little red rocket dish. They did have a fire in 1892 that destroyed the building, and they rebuilt again. So that's their ancient-y kind of history. They did a lot of, as we discovered, clear glass, because when I looked up pictures of them, I had a hard time finding colored glass by them because so much of their stuff was clear. And in my opinion, their stuff from the 30s is amazing. But that's my opinion. All right, so here we go. So one of their famous lines was their Laguna line. And it was known for very dull earth tones. And once again, look at these names: smoky avocado, teakwood brown, Biscayne green. They're great. And it was mainly tableware. And all these little long dishes you see were like celery dishes and stuff. So they were really good. They made 50 pieces in this line, and it was their biggest line. And they did win a Museum of Modern Arts Award in 1953 for good design, which is kind of awesome. So they had 3 major lines. That was one of them. Another one, this is the one. This is the slide I messed up. So here are their 3 major ones. They had the Raymore Connoisseur, which was designed by Ben Seibel, and Laguna by James Rosati. And then the Festive line, which was their last line, was Michael Lax. So their Festive line, which was their last line, was produced in 1954, just before the company was sold out. They were sold out in 55, so they only made a few shapes.
Man, I love that.
Isn't that cool? It's like you can flip it over and have a drink. I love it. Now the Raymond Connoisseur line is almost impossible to find. It was made of mocha brown, contemporary crystal, there we go with the clear glass again, and avocado green, and produced with a crackle-like finish. They did a few different pieces, but they're so hard to find that many of them are either only in museums or in picture form, because there weren't that many of that line made. It was sold to higher ends, really exclusive. So if you find it, it's probably worth some bucks, is what I'm saying, if you find it, because it's that rare. So I'll let Claudia go with some of the fun stuff she found. And hello, Jeannie. How are you?
So in 1955, when they were closed, they were sold to the U.S. Glass Company, who continued to produce Duncan-style glass until 1980. So you'll find pieces that were made through then that were Duncan, because that company bought them. Their most famous design was the Pall Mall Swan that required 14 craftsmen to make. And what's funny is I don't like that shape of swan.
No.
And I can't do slides like you do, but oh my goodness. I always pass that one up when I'm like, I don't like that.
I almost put that in too.
The neck is not swoopy enough.
No, it's not.
Like it comes up and the beak goes straight out. It's not. But 14 craftsmen, hi Book, to do that one. They were famous for the artistry of the design and the skill of their workers. Most pieces required 10 craftsmen to make.
Yeah. That blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah, because we talked about last week, whatever we were talking about, they only at the most had 5 on a piece.
Yeah.
And no, 10. So I already did point out the first 30 years, they only did clear glass. And then during the 1920s, they began to produce colored glass. So I have my Depression, my Elegant Glassware of the Depression era book. So I can show you some of the things that they were doing. This was their Caribbean, and the colors were blue, crystal, amber, and red.
So nice.
And then look at these. Here's another set of just absolutely gorgeous. And they were known for their etched glass too. So they had patterns that were just etched glass.
Yeah, if you can get Duncan Miller clear glass, you've got really good clear glass.
They did a sandwich pattern.
Yes.
Like so many others. But it's packed away, but I have some Duncan Miller pieces that I've had up for sale in the past that didn't sell and I've still got. They did the spiral flutes. This one came in amber, green, pink, and crystal. Got my post-it notes. Sorry, guys. So spiral flutes. And then this teardrop. And I have sold, not realizing it was Duncan Miller, I have sold some of this teardrop pattern before.
Yeah, the teardrop pattern is really pretty.
So that was some of their Depression era. And Nikki had shown you in some of those slides some of their mid-century modern.
Which is so good there. And I looked through my Carnival Glass book and I was like, I think they did Carnival Glass, but I could not find them.
I couldn't find anything either saying that they had done any Carnival Glass. So.
Hey, Marianne. And the really wacky thing about that is you would think they were in that right time period to do Carnival Glass.
But they were only doing clear glass.
They were only doing clear.
They weren't in business when it had its revival in the 70s. So yeah. I don't think they did Carnival Glass.
I got them confused for a few minutes with Dugan. Because there aren't that many D glass companies out there. And I'm like, no, I know they did. No, you idiot, it's Dugan you're thinking of. That's okay. So next week we're going to be doing Westmoreland, just so that everybody knows. And we'll start now by giving, what are you doing this week, Claudia? What you got coming up? We'll do it at the beginning and the ends.
This week I just have my sale on Wednesday morning. And that's all I've got scheduled right now.
I love the coffee chat. I love that. It's one of my favorite shows. It really, really is.
Aw, thank you.
I love it. Because she's so good on her own. I say it to John all the time. I'm like, I got no problem being on my own and whatnot. For some reason, I get on my own on YouTube and I turn into a babbling idiot. So no, I don't like. I know it sounds stupid, but I just don't like being on my own on YouTube. I don't know. So I have tomorrow coming out a static on magazines. I got antique and vintage magazines coming out. I'm trying to get some stuff out for people who want to craft. And then Tuesday, I have an oddity sale over on Whatnot and a big, huge clearance blowout where everything is starting at $1. And it's not just one piece, it's a couple of pieces, 2, 3, 4 pieces on Whatnot on Wednesday. So if you're looking to score some, good deals, hop on over there, 3 p.m. both times, Eastern.
Yeah, you guys do not want to miss that. You do not.
Looking to get rid of stuff. I have to fix my inventory. So come and I might have a couple more, then we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. We'll see. So with that said, we will kick things off and get to the sale portion of the show. And I'm going to let Miss Claudia go first.
You guys, it is. It's not even that warm. It's just humid.
Yeah.
Okay, so I showed this last week, but I brought it back again this week because this is the piece of Duncan Miller glass that I could find. I included a flower frog. It did not come with that originally. But Becky of Vintage Viking Treasures. Did I say that right? Yes.
I think so, yeah.
She identified this because of the petal bottom. So that was something that Duncan Miller did. It's this size. So 4.5 inches. Guess I should leave that out. But I am including the little flower frog with it because it fits down in there perfectly. And it is $12, number 6. $12, number 6. Just a really pretty example of Duncan Miller.
And that flower frog in there looks awesome. And anybody who is florally inclined, I would love to see them get that and do something fun with it.
Yeah. And if you missed it and you want to know how flower frogs actually used, then Angela of VOA Quest 1910 did a whole video on the different flower frogs and gave examples of how you use them.
And I followed it and did it, and it was very easy to do, and they come out beautiful.
So it's just a little sherbet dish. Of course, it is uranium glass. This is the first time I found uranium glass around here in a while. It used to be, I found it everywhere.
Yeah.
I'd walk into Volunteers of America, there'd be uranium glass. I'd walk into Goodwill, there'd be uranium glass. I'd go to a garage sale, there'd be uranium glass for $0.25. I have not found any in a long time. So no chips, no cracks. They had, in my local flea market, they had 2 sitting there. I picked up the first one. It was already broken.
Aww.
So just one, but they are really good for using in your Halloween displays. You can use it, turn it upside down, use it as a riser. It's this big. It is 3 inches tall. It's the block optic pattern.
I love the optics of them.
$6, number 1. $6, number 1. And those are my 2. And thank you guys for being here with us today. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I think you're right, Kaz. I think everyone is buying it up when you see it. I remember having a discussion a couple of months ago when Stormville opened up. There was a lady who was trying to figure out, she thought the green glass was cool. She liked the color of it. I said, it glows in the dark. She goes, what? I said, well, it doesn't glow in the dark. So you have to have a black light and it fluoresces. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. She had no idea. So she bought up a whole bunch of it when she found that out, thinking it was neat. And it is. Okay, so my first piece is this little guy right here. Now, this is Indiana glass. This is their Colony Park Lane. I'm probably messing that up a little bit. Goblet, water goblet. But this is my favorite bit. It's got, I've never seen one before that has the metal piece on the bottom. And it's got little floret flowers. The camera doesn't want to focus today. Now, I cannot figure if somebody did this to it, or if it came this way, because I cannot find another example online, but it is glued in there. You can see right in here, it is glued in there, and it is a tiny guy. I just imagine this. You watch all those vampire movies where they pour the wine, their blood into a little goblet and try it. And I think of this as a sample, like, do I want to devour that human or not? And this is like the sampler glass, which is really cute. And it's so gothic looking. I love it. So it is just about 4 inches tall. Because of the base, it is it's bottom heavy. So that's good in case you knock things over. But if you're interested, I know. If you're interested in this one, it'll be $7 and number 89. $7, number 89 on this one. Yeah, it's the writer in me. I see this piece and I'm like, it's gonna sit. It should have a little tiny like sampler, and everybody gets to pass it around. I'm twisted. My next piece is a piece of black glass. I'm going to hold it way back here. Here we go, because it's very tall. This, I believe this is Indiana, if I'm correct as well. Not 100% certain. It is seamed, so it's not blown. It does have 2 seams, and it's got the little sawtooth edge. This one is taller. This one is, let me see. Let's see. This one is just over 12 inches. So it's a nice size one. I figured right time of the year to have one of these hanging out. It has the little panels. I'm trying to get that to show up. There they are. Right there on the side. Hey, Sheila. So no chips, no cracks, no condition issues. And believe it or not, this is really lightweight. So if you're interested in the black stretch vase here, or black vase, big bud vase, $20, number 74. $20, number 74 for the 12-inch luscious blackness. Right time of the year for my creepy stuff. Okay, I'm gonna pop you
That
over
was
there.
super pretty.
I love that stuff. Mm.
And hi,
Hey,
Sheila.
Becky.
Hi, Becky. And if I missed you coming in, hello and welcome. I have a little acro agate planter.
Oh my gosh. I love this one.
It's so pretty. It does have some rust stains on the bottom. Some of them came off when I gave it a scrub. Some didn't. And some aren't rust stains. Some are the color that's running through there. So it's a little bit hard to tell which are the rust stains and which is just the color running through there. It's got the flowers. Are those lilies? Daylilies?
You know what? They kind of look like that. Yeah.
It's just a little one. So almost 5.5 inches long. So not a super big planter. But
They're
if you
great
like
for
acro
those
agate,
ones.
it's so pretty. I just love acro agate.
And I use my planters to put my house plants in.
And right there it says Made in USA, and then there's the little acro agate symbol. This one is $10, number 13. $10, number 13. Then I have just a single little amber berry bowl. And this amber is very honey colored. Yeah. So just a little berry bowl. And this one, just $6, number 7. $6, number 7. If you need a little catch-all bowl for the fall, this is perfect. And those are my two.
Oh, I love that agro agate planter so much. Okay. I
love this so much. Oh.
This is so pretty. This is a Mosser inverted strawberry spooner. So the strawberries are like pressed into this, but they don't come out the other side. It's all smooth on the inside, but the texture is all there on the outside. I love, and I love the color. I do. I love the color of this. So the strawberries go all the way around there. I'm trying to keep my face out of it, and I'm going the wrong way. And you get the double handle. Yeah, it is a yum. It is a yum. I have lots of yummy glass that I'm sure tastes good. This one, I'm not sure it would taste good. I could be wrong, though. I might be wrong. There are no condition issues with it at all. It is a pressed piece, so it does have a seam right there. It does have a seam. And even on the bottom, they even went so far as to put the pattern continuing on the bottom. And this is all nice and bumpy, too. So if you're interested in the spooner, the cobalt spooner there. Oh, height-wise, let's see how tall it is. It's just under 6 inches tall, so it's a good size piece. It will be $30, number 93. $30, number 93 for the Mosser inverted strawberry spooner. That's a mouthful. Sometimes glass is mouthful.
Amazing.
I love it. I love the cobalt. You know what? Let's bring back some cobalt, like from the 90s when everything was cobalt. I'm okay with that.
On Instagram, people, it's had a revival.
Oh, I love the cobalt. This next piece, this is interesting. This is a glass company, and I have 2 pieces from this glass company today that most people don't know, but they're still in production. They started in the late 60s. I believe, if memory serves, it's 1968. This is fused glass. And this is done by, and I don't know if that's going to show up. I don't think it's, I think my light's blowing it out. I'm going to try to pronounce it right. Sniden Stricker fused glass. And on top of it, it is signed. They did not sign all of their pieces, but this particular piece is signed. It has that recycled kind of feel to it, but I picked it out because of these colors. Very Halloween-y, very fall. You got the black, the red, and the white. It is a little bowl. They made them in many colors, but the pattern stayed the same. So you might have like pink and green with like white going in the middle. So if you look them up, they're based out of Cape Cod. I think it's Brewster, Massachusetts. And they are still in production today, and they have some beautiful pieces. So this guy here across is 7 inches. It's not a very deep bowl either. I love the little ribbon that runs through there. I kind of like the fused glass. It's very pretty. Perfect condition, nothing wrong with it. And if you're interested in this, try to say it again, Sniden Stricker glass, it's a really long, ridiculous name. It's going to be $15, number 85. $15, number 85. And those are my two. Just slide you back over there. There we go.
I had never heard of that company.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I know I'm massacred. Somebody else will go, no, it's pronounced this way. And I'm like, all right, fine, it probably is.
So I found a fairy lamp, and as always, I will include the color-changing tea light with it.
Hey,
No
kid.
chips, no cracks at all, which is surprising. And when I found it, hi Kitschy, when I found it, it had powder in it. Somebody was using a powder dish. So it is Homeco. It does say Homeco right there in the bottom. And as we've learned, most of the Homeco fairy lamps, or maybe all, were made by Indiana Glass. So you will see them in other places that advertises Indiana Glass, and that is because that is the company that actually made these for Homeco. So this is a pretty good sized one.
Yeah.
I've sold this one before. But you know what I always say, the clear glass and the amber glass give off the best light in the fairy lamps, and they're good for actual practical use. It's like 4.5 inches tall. And you can put, you know, whatever size. It doesn't have to be. You can put a votive in these.
Yeah.
Clear glass and the amber look so good with flickering lights in them.
Yes.
Yeah, it does look like a pumpkin because they throw the light around. So pretty. You can get those orange tea lights. Put an orange tea light in.
Yeah.
$15, number 2, from a Homeco fairy lamp with no chips, no cracks.
And now they have the submersible tea lights that you can get. And Wendy from Wendy's Wacky Warehouse was saying you put a flower frog at the bottom of that and you have a flower arrangement coming out. And I think some mums with an orange light would be such a Halloween cool, fun thing to do.
Fancy.
She's fancy. She's clever.
All right. So I showed this. Now it's got my fingerprints on. I showed this in my preview on Instagram and it got a lot of likes. So this is Ellie Smith Mount Pleasant was the pattern. So it's got this really pretty pattern across the bottom. It's got here, I don't know, it just has a slightly military look. The whole thing.
It's depression glass. Technically, the Mount Pleasant was done during the Depression era, and I love the Mount.
Now it does have a chip right here. And I didn't see the chip when I bought it, but honestly, I would have bought it anyway because when you've got it facing this way, you cannot see the chip at all. And black glass, I just come across so rarely that every time I do, I want to pick it up.
Yeah.
And it looks so good in Halloween decor.
You are right, Kathy.
It is only going to be $12, number 10. $12, number 10 for the double candlestick.
And I love that piece. And they're right. It does look like an old telephone. It really, really
it does.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got Janine for number 10. Hey, Janine. That was 2?
That was 2. Thank you, Janine.
It's just over. There we go. Okay. I have up next, I'm calling it my poison apple. So it's a little paperweight. It's got gold flecks all within. Now, I had a piece like this a while ago. It was Murano. This one, I am not going down that path. The other one was definitely Murano. And then inside with the gold flecks, it's got like a black and more like a dark brown crisscross pattern. So I love displaying this kind of stuff around Halloween. because all I can think of is the Evil Queen and the Poison Apple. So it's about 3 inches tall, and the little leaf does have some really nice patterning there. And a nice flat bottom there. It is a little on the hefty side, but it's not, it's a paperweight. We know paperweight glass is a little bit weightier. But if you're interested in this piece, it's going to be $10, number 78. $10, number 78 for my poison glass apple. I have a black iridescent one, so I can give this one away because I have the black iridescent one I just found. Okay, next up, this is a piece of glass and I wonder what it tastes like. This one right here. So this is Mosser Slag, and it is a cherry pattern, and it is in gorgeous, gorgeous condition. I love the color. So it's lighter on the inside, darker on the outside, and I'm thinking this is going to taste like a pumpkin spice latte or caramel. Yeah.
Yeah, caramel.
Yeah.
Tastes like caramel.
Yes. I love caramel so much. So really good condition. It's like a little toothpick guy. So it stands at 3 inches. It does have its little stamp down there on the bottom. It's really, really hard to see down in there. So if you're interested in my little baby yummy slag glass, and the thing I love about slag is when you turn, every angle has a different, you get like a different view, and I love that. This guy here, he's going to be $12, number 90. $12, number 90 for the little slag glass piece. And those are my 2.
Dang it, now I want a pumpkin spice latte.
I'm telling you, the cold pumpkin, what is it? Pumpkin cream iced coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Peoples, go out and get one. They're delicious. They're delicious.
I haven't, ever since I moved to this side of town in 2020, I barely ever get to go to Dunkin's because we only have one, and it is all the way, it's like a 15-20 minute drive depending on how traffic is. My next piece, Westmoreland glass. It's the fleur-de-lis pattern here. You can see it. And you can kind of see the ring of fire. This has, man, when you hold this up to the light, the ring of fire is incredible along all of these little bits. It's so thin. You can see right through it.
Oh, I can see it at the top. Yes. You can just make it out at the top. Oh.
So pretty. It is 7¼ inches across. So this size. It's just lacy, feminine, delicate. I love Westmoreland glass. That's why we're going to talk about it next week. You can see the W over the G. Now, it's right above my finger. My ring light's blowing it out. The Westmoreland glass. And it is $8, number 8. $8, number 8.
In my opinion, Westmoreland has the best milk glass. Outside of Victorian milk glass.
Yep, I would agree with that. Because it's not near as thick as Fenton.
Kids, that's hysterical. Duncan Miller to Dunkin' Donuts.
We talk about it all here.
Yes, we do.
So I picked up this really super pretty pink double-handed nappy dish or just a double-handed bowl. It's just the sweetest, but the pattern is fantastic. Now, I did find a bowl without the handles listed as Lenox Imperial glass on eBay, but the inside said the LIG. It had it in, and this does not. So I don't know. I don't know who made it, but it has 4 seams. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, 4 seams. Seam at each handle, and then the seam here. So no damage to the sawtooth at all. It's just a super pretty little pink bowl. But I could not identify definitively who made it. $10, number 5. $10, number 5. And those are my 2.
I love that. It's so pretty. Okay. Next up, I have a piece of Fenton, and this is a newer piece of Fenton. This is from the 90s.
Oh, pretty.
And it's purple. So there you can see the little ribbing that runs down the sides. And then it has at the top, it has underneath its ruffle, it's got other little pattern. I love the shape of the base. It kind of reminds me of the shape of a woman, I'm just saying. So very pretty, no condition issues with it whatsoever. And it's just a gorgeous, this time of year purple. What can I say? So 6 inches tall. I know, I'm sorry, Cass. 6 inches tall. Now it is from the 90s. The mark is right there in the center. I'm never going to get it to show up, but it does have the 9 and the oval. Let's hold it proper. So if you're interested in the Fenton Empress Compote, it is going to be $18, number 73. $18, number 73. And I swear, if it doesn't sell, it's probably going to go in my little Halloween section, which I still have yet to do. Yes, you do that. I know, it's purple glass, I know. Now, I had the other Seiden Stricker glass earlier, and I have another piece. And this is another piece. They made these in a bunch of different colors as well. This is the clear and the black, and it's a small little trinket dish. That's what they call them, little trinket dishes. But it has, roughly the same shape. And I actually like this. This actually fits perfectly in there. So it's just a cute little tiny dish. I had, I can't remember what I had in it. I had, I think, a little glowy, I think my glowy skull was in that one. But they are really cool. I love these fused pieces. It looks like a flower in the center there. So if you're interested in this one, it's going to be $8, number 91. $8, number 91 on that guy. And those are my two.
I really like those pieces by that company. I'm gonna have to look them up.
Look them up. They're really, I think you'd love some. I think you'd love some of their pieces.
So my next piece is just a little yellow plate. I don't know anything about it at all. It's got a super cool pattern. I had it hanging on the wall in my old apartment above my amber glass, but it is yellow. I just like the pattern. It's not perfectly round, so I don't know. It's a little wonky. It is just 6.5 inches. So if you need a little yellow plate, $6, number 11. $6, number 11. And then I too have a piece of amethyst glass.
Ooh.
This little square candy dish is what I saw it listed as.
Yeah, I can see that. Can you imagine some corn, candy corns in there right now? I want candy corns.
That's what I grabbed a handful of candy corn after I ate lunch today. My mom has it up there in a candy dish. So I could not positively identify this. Somebody had it listed as Hazel Atlas. I don't know.
Sorry, Cass. We're killing her with purple glass. I could see that being Hazel Atlas.
$8, number 20. $8, number 20. And it's a nice size. It's 6.5 inches. So same size as the plate. And that was my final one.
Okay. Alrighty. So I've got up next, I have a piece of Imperial slag. I had lots of slag.
Oh,
this is definitely, I know,
it's so beautiful.
It is really pretty. So this is the Open Rose Imperial Slag, a 3-footed bowl. So it has bits that are very clear in the amber color right up in here. And then it just slides into that like yummy mocha coffee swirl. And the rose pattern is in there. I'm trying to get it to show up with my lights. It is marked here on the bottom. There, now you can really see the slag. That is just yummy. This is another one I know would taste good. So let's see. Open up. It is 8 inches across. So a good 8 inches across. A really beautiful bowl for this time of the year, I will say that. perfect for the fall. And if you're interested in this baby here, it's going to be $30, number 87. $30, number 87 for the Imperial Slag. My prettiness. I love that one. And then my last item here is a piece. I'm going to call this a periwinkle blue. And I just saw this weekend, and I cannot remember the color it was in. And I was like, I have that at home. Only mine's two-tone. I'm going to take the top off. So on the edging here, it's more in the clear side. And then inside, it has the blue. And the blue, oh, it was amber. John shouted from the other room. It was amber. We saw it in amber, the candy dish. Headed here is the tippy top. So this bit is blue. And then it has that frosted look on the top. And there's nothing wrong with the inside of this. You do that little hand test there. So if you're interested in it looks like a candy coffin to me. It's kind of what I want to call it. I want to call it a coffin. The lidded candy dish here, it's going to be $18, number 75. $18, number 75 on that guy. I wish it was just a slightly different color, because they'd keep it, but it's just the wrong color. Do you want to run through some things from the beginning? All right. We will do that.
All right. So had the Duncan Miller clear glass vase that I'm including a flower fog with. It didn't originally come with that, but I'm including the glass flower frog. $12, number 6. Had a little uranium glass sherbet that would look really good in your Halloween decor. $6, number 1. That's the block optic pattern. Acro agate planter. Super pretty.
Yeah.
I just love this swirly swirl. Love it.
We get you name for number 1.
Awesome. $10, number 13. Let me write that down. Thank you, Janine. And then the Homeco clear glass fairy lamp that very much looks like a pumpkin.
It does. I love that it looks like a pumpkin.
Thank you again, Janine. So clear glass fairy lamp. And I do include the color changing tea lights because it's just pretty. $15, number 2. $15, number 2.
Okay. And I'll give you a run through of mine. I had this is Indiana glass. It is the Park Colony Lane edition. It's one of their mini goblets, but I've never seen one with the pewter on the bottom. So it is a mini. It's a little guy, very gothic looking. This guy here was $7, number 89. And let's see, I had the black vase. Also think this is Indiana, 12 inches high. It's got the sawtooth there on the top, and then the pretty paneling that comes all the way up. No condition issues on this guy. Oh, I got you, Janine, for that one. Thank you very much. And if you're interested in this guy here, he's going to be $20, number 74. $20, number 74. Yeah, it was the blood goblet. My blood goblet. Okay, and let's see. I had the Mosser inverted cobalt blue spooner. You can see the strawberries and leaves in there. The color on this is fantastic. When I back it up a little bit, it's a little bit more the true to form color. This stuck on my chair. This is $30, number 93. And then the last piece I'll show you was the Seiden Stricker. I have to read it to say it. I can't remember it. Fused glass art piece. This is a little bowl. And this was $15, number 85. Okay. So let me bring us both up. Oop, there we go.
Didn't Nikki have the pretty glass today?
Oh, thank you. Oh, number 93. Got you for that,
Janine. Glass.
Yes, yes, yes. I love this. I love this glass. I had to bring it this week. I'm rearranging stuff, so Stuff is coming out. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us. And if you're watching on the replay and you see something that didn't sell and you really, really want it, email us, please. We ask that you email the seller instead of just leaving a comment because they get lost in the shuffle, if we're honest, right? So make sure you do that. Next week, we'll be talking about Westmoreland glass over on Claudia's channel. Oh, thank you. And your show's coming up on Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Your coffee chat, yes. Any theme, or are we just doing like a, oh, what I got? I'm just going to pull something out of the box.
Just whatever. I do have, I can give you a little preview.
Yeah.
Find it. Look at this little made in Germany candle holder I found. Isn't that so pretty?
Oh my gosh, that is so sweet.
That'll be up for sale Wednesday morning.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love it.
And you've got clearance whatnot sale coming up.
Yep. I got a clearance whatnot sale on Wednesday. Everything is starting at $1 and they're lots. So they're not single items. We're lotting stuff together.
You do not want to miss that.
I've got to move stuff out. That'll be at 3. And then I have a oddity sale over at Whatnot tomorrow at 3 as well. Oh, and a paper sale tomorrow, static. So just check us out, guys. We got cool stuff going on. Oh, it'll be fun. I hope you're up for it too. I hope you are. And I have a very weird picture. I think it's on my Instagram story right now. It's who's stuffed. When I found this picture, I fell over laughing. It's alligators or crocodiles with people. And they had a picture taken with all dressed up.
I saw that.
Who are the stuffed people? Is it the alligators or is it them? Oh my gosh, it made me laugh. It did. And you know what? That's what you wander around your house. Everyone has their own decorating style. If you wander around mine, you're like, wait, did I just see that? Is that what I think it is? Yes, it's my dog's teeth in a jar because she spit them out. Usually they swallow them. So this weird stuff. I love when there's just that little bit of weird. You had to really look at it, to see. So that's my favorite. Those are my favorite pieces. The weird pieces, the weird things. What can I say? So I don't know. I guess that's it. I don't know if we have anything else to talk about. Not really, right? No. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. Please make sure you hit those thumbs up if you didn't. We appreciate that. And I guess we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.